In order to be magnetically, effortlessly attractive to your desires, to have such a magnetic pull on all of the things that excite you, whether it's money, people, or other favorable conditions, such a magnetic pull that you automatically clear your path of unwanted things, no matter what you do, where you go, and who you are with, there is just one thing you have to do, and that is to embody the awareness of someone who is magnetic, someone who is magnetically, effortlessly attractive to his or her desires already. To assume the state of being, the state of consciousness, the perspective, the personality, the spirit, the heart, and soul of one who is a master manifester already right now. Assume, in other words, that you, not some fantasy version of you, but you right now, just as you are. You are a magnet. You, not somebody else, not the improved and perfected you, but you right here today, right now. You are magnetically attractive to your desired manifestations. You are. And what you have right now is evidence of your own magnetism. Everything you have, the money you have right now already, the stuff, the body, the relationships you enjoy, what you have right now already is proof of your capacity to attract, not because of anything you did, but simply because you were there to receive it, simply because you were in existence. None of the stuff you currently have would be yours if you didn't exist to begin with. That sounds obvious to the point of duh, who cares? But it is your existence that makes everything possible, including the things you quote unquote do, the quote unquote action that you take. Everything in your experience flows as a result of your existence. Your existence makes everything you experience possible. And the quality of your existence, the quality of your being, the quality of your non-physical energy makes a huge difference in terms of your capacity to manifest. Because action that is aligned with spirit, action that is leveraged by energy, that is in tune with your genuine loving interest and that resonates with your passion and desire, is utterly effortless. It is pure joy. It is inspired and therefore self-perpetuating. You do it because you love to do it, and any other reason is a bonus, a neat perk, but secondary. The doing of the action is inherently self-reinforcing because you love to do it. You are attracted to the doing of it over and over and over again, which inevitably means it becomes sustained behavior over time, what you might call a practice or a habit. When you are in the practice of doing what you love, you are also in the practice of loving what you do. You do what you love and you love what you do. You love and appreciate taking action primarily for its own sake, for the joy of doing it rather than for the purpose of achieving a certain goal. The more you do that thing you love, the better at it you become. No matter how much you suck at it at first, you are bound to get better. You are bound to improve and evolve. It is inevitable. And when you get good at something, favorable outcomes and the achieving of positive results are inevitable also. Action is secondary. Energy comes first. Results are secondary. Spirit comes first. Manifestations are secondary. State of being, state of mind comes first. Thoughts and feelings and intention before action. Consciousness before action. Non-physical energy before physical action. Non-physical energy before physical manifestations. The money, the people, the nice stuff, the favorable circumstances. Luck follows you. You create it by virtue of your state of consciousness, your state of being. You create your own luck. Likewise, money and other desired manifestations follow you. You attract them. You do not have to chase them. You can and you don't have to. You can let them come to you because you are magnetic and you are irresistibly attractive to the things you want. What you want wants you and chases you. Money does not make you happy or sad or rich or poor or any other state of being. Money does not make you anything. You make money. You are the maker of money. Money is a product of human consciousness, the human imagination. Your consciousness, your state of being, is what magnetizes you and makes you attractive to the manifestations that match the energy of your desire. Money comes to you because you are there to receive it, because you exist, because you are. And what are you? Who are you? What does it mean to be, to exist as you? It means that you are alive, you are conscious, you have a perspective, a personhood, a personality, a point of view, an experience, a life. The things you want you, so you can be at ease, follow your bliss, and manifest your desires without having to bend over backwards and all out of shape in the effort to hunt them down. You can effort less. You can be effortless. This doesn't necessarily mean you do less. What it means is that it can feel like you are doing less. It can feel like you are doing nothing, like you are merely existing, that you are just being yourself. We all have the same 24 hours a day. So how is it that some people always seem to be in a rush, scrambling to get stuff done, stuff that they hate doing incidentally, while others take their leisurely sweet time doing the things they love, get paid for it, and live an all-around charmed life? Start by accepting that all of the things you currently already have are manifestations of your prior states of consciousness. Drop the belief that you could not possibly have chosen the things you are currently experiencing just because they are not to your liking, just because you do not prefer them. Deliberately choosing things you don't care for or even positively dislike isn't as strange or impossible as you might think it is. You've done it before and you will probably do it at least a few more times in your lifetime. For instance, do you remember playing catch or hide and seek with your friends as a kid? Sometimes you played the role of it, didn't you? Sometimes you were it. You took turns being it. When it was your turn to be it, the others all shunned you. They all ran away from you or hid from you, and it was your job to chase or catch them, right? Those were the rules of the game, rules that you consented to, rules of a game that you agreed to play. You agreed to be it, even if you didn't like being it as much as you enjoyed hiding or as much as you preferred being the one being chased, because you and your friends agreed to take turns. Everything you did was by agreement, by consent, your agreement, your permission. You agreed to take turns to be what you did not prefer to be in order to enjoy the game, in other words. If you've been chasing manifestations and playing it to your desires up until now, it's only because that is the game you have chosen to play, the game that you have agreed to play. Anything that is a game can be quit at any time. It's just a game. You can quit that game, in other words, at any time, right now if you like, and start playing a different game instead. Start a new game right now, a game where your heart's desires are it and they are all chasing you, a game where you get to enjoy the thrill of being chased and sought after, of being wanted and desired. And since you want to be caught, there is nothing for you to do. There is no action required of you. You can let yourself be found, let yourself get caught. You anticipate and look forward to it. You might even make a show of getting caught, of being quote unquote held captive just for kicks. You don't have to run, you don't have to hide, although you could just for the thrill of it. Whatever you choose and wherever you go, you know that your desires know your current whereabouts and that they know how to find you, even if you don't know the precise details of when or how. The universe knows where you are in relation to the things you want. It is not your job to figure things out. What you want already exists and is making its way to you because you exist, and because the quality of your existence is a perfect vibrational match, a perfect energetic match to that thing you want. The details of when and how are not your concern. You are not worried about the details because you choose to trust in the infinite intelligence of life, because you choose to surrender to your own flow of well-being and abundance, because you choose to have faith and believe in a higher power. In other words, the manifestations that are on their way to you, the manifestations that you are about to realize, will be the natural and inevitable consequence of your current state of consciousness, your current state of being, your current state of mind. So assume the consciousness of someone who is always chased and always caught, not by unfavorable circumstances or by nightmarish scenarios, but by your own dreams and your own heart's desires. Your dreams come true and your fulfilled desires, that is. Chased and caught willingly, joyfully, someone who always surrenders willingly, joyfully, ecstatically to her own heart's desires. Wherever you go, life endlessly conspires to please you, whether you notice it or not, and whether you are pleased or not. So why not choose to be pleased? Because the pleased you are, the more pleased your state of being, the more you realize all of the amazing, wonderful things you have. Everywhere you look, you realize your desires. You attract and manifest them. You see evidence everywhere of your own success, your own well-being and prosperity and abundance. You are amazed and surprised and delighted by the clever ways in which the universe delivers to you the things you want. You think the thoughts and feel the emotions of someone who is used to getting what they want and loves it. You think and say things like, man, that was amazing, and whoa, this is cool, and oh wow, I am so looking forward to that. This is awesome. That is fantastic. I love this. This is so much fun. I am so lucky. Boy, is it good to be alive. You smile and laugh often. You feel amazing because you are amazing and you know it. You understand that you are blessed. How loved and cared for you are unconditionally, simply because you exist, and you ask for more good things, not so much by saying please, but by saying thank you, simply by appreciating what you have, by enjoying yourself and looking forward to more. To plead your case for more with explanations and justifications and supporting arguments is simply unnecessary, and you know it. To smile and say thank you for the gifts you receive is enough, because that is what life, the ultimate bestower of your gifts, wants for you to smile and be happy, for you to be pleased. That is what your gifts and blessings are for you to enjoy, for you to love and appreciate them. Your genuine smile and your genuine appreciation are enough incentive for the universe to continue conspiring in your favor. Assume the consciousness of someone who already has the things you want, someone who is already fulfilled and happy and having a good time living happily ever after. It doesn't matter that you don't actually have the physical manifestations yet. Drop the belief that you cannot feel fulfilled without the fully realized physical manifestations. Ditch the awareness, in other words, of someone who doesn't have what they want. The awareness of someone who is unfulfilled, someone who is yearning, hoping, wishing, wanting, lacking, and assume the awareness of someone who has, someone who enjoys, someone who loves and appreciates. You can do it. It's easy. Babies do it. When you were a baby, you did it too. A baby who learns to walk for the very first time has no awareness that it cannot walk. Thoughts like, I won't walk because I can't, or I won't walk because I've never done it before, simply do not enter that baby's mind. As clumsy as its movements are, in its own mind, a baby is walking. It has seen grown-ups do this thing called walking, and it has no doubt in its own mind that that is exactly what it is doing. A baby does not entertain the belief that it cannot walk, even if it topples over. Every time it topples over, it just gets right back up and keeps going. A baby does not try to walk. It walks in the best way it knows how and assumes that it is walking. Do not try to attract and manifest your desires. Simply realize that you are attracting and manifesting them and assume that they are already yours, that you already have the things you want, that you already have the money, the dream job, the dream house, the dream lover, the dream body, the dream whatever. You can start by recognizing and acknowledging what you do already have, things that are easy for you to feel loving and appreciative about because of how tangible, how physical they are, as in you know they are there because you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch them. Instead of saying things like, I live in a crappy place, start saying things like, I have a place to live in. I love having a place to live in. I fill my space with love, every corner of my home. Instead of saying, I haven't got any friends, boo-hoo, start saying things like, I have the best friends, the only friends I need, not just my lovely human friends, but an entire cadre of invisible friends besides, an entire host of fairies and angels and friendly ghosts from the great beyond. Friends who are one with collective consciousness and the infinite intelligence of life. Friends who love and adore me, who support and encourage me unconditionally no matter what, who cheer me on no matter what. Lucky me. How lucky I am. Instead of saying things like, I don't have enough money, start saying things like, money is my friend and I always have enough of it. What I have is always enough. What I have is more than enough. Say the words and mean them. Your existing physical manifestations are like training wheels. The better you get at your practice of appreciation, you will naturally expand your practice to things that are not yet capable of being seen, heard, smelled, tasted, or touched. Things that are not yet physical, things that are non-physical. It will become second nature for you not only to appreciate physical manifestations, but also to appreciate non-physical pre-manifestations, to perceive beyond the things that physically exist, the things that are there for you to perceive. In other words, it will be easy for you to love and appreciate not just the wonderful things you already have, but the wonderful things that you do not yet have. To be loving and appreciative in the absence of the things you desire. To appreciate not having, in other words, not because you are a masochist who enjoys misery and being in lack, but because you are a pure positive spirit who trusts in the abundance of all things, who loves looking forward to what lies in store for you, who enjoys being surprised and delighted, and who understands her own self-worth. Who you really are is happy with or without the things you want, because you understand that having the things you want is inevitable, the natural inevitable consequence of being, existing, the natural inevitable consequence of who you are, and that the quality of your existence, your state of consciousness, your thoughts and emotions can be unconditional. You are someone who can be happy unconditionally under all conditions, not because that is the right choice, the superior choice, the enlightened choice, but because it is your preferred choice in the moment, what you prefer in the moment, because it is your choice, your freedom, because you are free, in other words. And whatever you desire without needing, without yearning or wishing. Yearning or wishing is not wrong. It is simply unnecessary for an unconditionally joyful and powerful, pure positive energy being such as yourself. You desire by loving and appreciating and anticipating and expecting without conditions or demands, without petulant tantrums or wistful longing. You anticipate and expect in the mood and attitude of trust and loving appreciation and excitement. You are so busy having fun and looking forward to more fun that it doesn't even occur to you to do anything other than enjoy yourself and go on enjoying yourself. You fill your days with fun, doing what you love, what captivates and inspires you, and then one day you drop dead and transition into the next phase of your glorious existence. Death does not have to be a gradual decline through decrepitude and illness. That is an assumption. You can drop that assumption along with all of your rather limiting beliefs. Having fun now does not mean you will suffer in the afterlife. That's a story that people and organized religions made up in order to scare you and get you to behave appropriately in a manner that is to their liking. So have fun now. You don't need my permission, although you are welcome to interpret this as my permission and use it as your excuse to grant yourself that permission. Here, I'll say the words. I hereby grant thee permission to enjoy your life. Go forth and have fun. Do what you love and love what you do. Squeeze every little drop out of your one precious life. Live long and prosper. And then drop dead while having the time of your life, because that isn't such a bad way to go, really. And it's good practice for you. Preparation, in other words, for you to have even more fun in whatever it is that comes for you next when this current iteration of your existence comes to an end. On that joyful note, it is time for me to stop. Thank you for joining me today. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful in some way, please do me a quick favor and hit like, share the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more talks like this. Thanks again and see you in the new year.